Everything's bigger in Texas, right? The hats, the stakes, the attitudes. But you know what else is bigger? The nightmares. Because this massive state isn't just home to cowboys and barbecue. It's also hiding some of the most disturbing unsolved murder cases you've ever heard of. Today, we're diving deep into 5 cases that'll make your skin crawl. Trust me, you're gonna wanna lock your doors after this one. Alright, so picture this. This 1979 Houston, Texas. The city's in the middle of an oil boom, and thousands of people are flooding in, hoping to strike it rich. Most of them are young, living in these cramped apartment complexes, just trying to make it. One of these places was the Orchard Apartments. July 27, 1979. A guy named Bob Smith swings by to pick up his coworker, Alyssa Rankin. She'd asked him for a ride because her car was in the shop. Simple enough, right? But when Bob gets to her door, something immediately feels off. The door's cracked open, just slightly. He pushes it open, calls out her name. Nothing. He steps inside and sees Alyssa lying in bed, naked, with her feet tied up and a pillow covering her face. Bob pulls the pillow back, and, oh God, her head was gone, completely removed. The police show up and follow this trail of blood from the apartment, through the parking lot, and it just stops. Like whoever did this threw her head in a car and drove off. They never found it. Now here's where it gets worse. 2 weeks later, another body turns up. Mary Calcutta, 27 years old, found dead in her bathroom just 2 floors above Alyssa's apartment. She'd been sexually assaulted and stabbed so violently that the knife went clean through her body and bent. You could tell she fought back hard. There were signs of struggle from the front door all the way to the bathroom. Same day Mary's found. Same day, police discover another victim. Odorous Threadgill. An exterminator walked into her townhouse and found her with her throat slashed so deep she was nearly decapitated. But the killer wasn't done yet. October 3rd, 1979. People living near Freed Park, about 5 blocks from Threadgill's place, hear gunshots and a woman screaming late at night. A neighbor tells police they saw a young woman being dragged by her hair by some guy in a cap. They heard her screaming for help. Police show up, check it out, see no blood on the porch, and basically say, probably just firecrackers. Can you believe that? They just left. Next day, they come back and guess what? Blood everywhere. Later that day, they find 16-year-old Joan Huffman shot to death at a park 4 miles away. And that same day, police get called to a used car lot where there's this blood-smeared white Dodge. They pop the trunk and find Joan's boyfriend, 18-year-old Robert Spangenberger. His head had been cut off. Here's the thing, police couldn't find any physical evidence linking Robert's car to Joan's death. In 2010, they re-examined everything from the Orchard Apartments cases, but still no DNA. A lot of people think all these murders are connected. And honestly, the killer probably had more victims we don't even know about. To this day, the Orchard Apartment murders remain unsolved. Okay, so Servant Girl Annihilator sounds like something out of a cyberpunk video game, right? But no. This was the actual name given to a serial killer who terrorized Austin, Texas from late 1884 to Christmas 1885. Back then, Austin was tiny, only about 15,000 people. The state capital was being built, jobs were flowing in, and wealthy families had black servants working for them. These young women became the killer's main targets. 1884. Molly Smith is sleeping peacefully when she wakes up to someone standing over her with a knife and an axe. She's stabbed repeatedly, legs, stomach, chest, arms. There's so much blood around her that a witness said it looked like she was floating in it. May 7, 1885. Elijah Shelley is found with her head nearly split in 2. Again, an axe. A few weeks later, Irene Cross is stabbed multiple times and almost completely scalped. Then the killer goes after an 11-year-old girl. Mary Ramey is dragged outside her home, raped, and stabbed through the ear. Just absolutely sickening. Next victims, Gracie Vance and Orange Washington, both found with their heads bludgeoned in. But here's where it gets really dark. Christmas Eve, 1885. The killer changes his pattern and goes after 2 white women in one night. Susan Hancock, described as one of the most refined ladies in Austin, is murdered in her home. Hit over the head, and a thin blade jammed into her right ear, straight into her brain. An hour later, 17-year-old Eula Phillips is discovered. Her head's been cleaved with an axe. She'd been raped, and her arms were pinned down with timber. The whole city's in a panic. Police arrest over 400 men, but nobody's ever charged. There were suspects, though. A Malaysian chef named Maurice who worked at a hotel near where the murders happened. He supposedly told people he was planning to sail to London in January 1886, right when the murders stopped. Then there's James Maybrick, an English cotton merchant who, according to his journals, admitted to killing prostitutes. Some people think he wasn't just the servant girl Annihilator. He might have also been Jack the Ripper. He was allegedly in Austin during the murders. In 2014, history detectives pointed the finger at a 19-year-old black cook named Nathan Elgin. He was killed by police in 1886 after dragging a girl from a saloon, and the murders stopped after he died. But honestly, nobody knows for sure. Some think the killer just moved on to another town and kept killing. The mystery remains unsolved. This one's heartbreaking, guys. January 13th, 1996. 9-year-old Amber Hagerman is riding her bike in the parking lot of an abandoned grocery store in Arlington, Texas. She's with her little brother, Ricky, who's only 5. After a while, Ricky wants to go home, but Amber wants to keep playing. So Ricky heads back, and Amber stays behind. Now, a 78-year-old retiree named Jim Kevill is in his backyard right next to the store. He's just hanging out when he sees a pickup truck pull up. A white man jumps out, grabs Amber, and throws her in the truck. She's screaming. Jim knows something's wrong immediately and calls the police. Minutes later, cops are on the scene. But it's too late. Amber and the man are gone. Ricky gets home alone, and their grandfather, Jimmy Whitson, gets worried. He rushes to the store to get Amber, but when he arrives, police are already there searching everywhere. The truck was described as dark, maybe black, and the guy was white or possibly Hispanic. Police and the FBI launch a massive search. There were reports of a similar vehicle seen outside a laundromat before Amber was taken, but they never found it. For days later, a man walking his dog about 4 miles away from where she was taken notices his dog getting excited near a creek. He investigates and finds Amber's body. Turns out, she was kept alive for 2 days after her abduction. The autopsy showed she'd been beaten and sexually assaulted before her throat was cut and her body dumped in the creek. The investigation hit dead ends. There was barely any physical evidence because the body was in running water, and a storm had washed away even more. But something good came from this tragedy. Shortly after Amber's abduction, a woman named Diana Simone called a radio station and asked why they send out weather warnings but not alerts for missing children. Her idea gained traction and the Amber Alert system was born. Today, it's used in all 50 states and 22 countries. As of 2017, it's helped recover at least 897 children. But Amber Hagerman's case? Despite over 8,000 leads and nearly 50 officers working on it, it's still unsolved. There's a $10,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest.